You know, I've never had this before when it comes down to reviewing a pay-per-view, where it's a pay-per-view that I actually enjoy. It's a pay-per-view that I'm going to say it, out of most of the filler pay-per-views and pay-per-views that we've seen in the most recent years, this is one of my favorite pay-per-views. This is a pay-per-view I actually love. I actually love Money in the Bank 2015 just from sitting back and watching it. You know, I got home from work, I sat down on my bed, and I turned on the WWE Network, and I was watching Money in the Bank 2015. And a lot of the stuff that I saw on the show, I actually loved. But at the same time, there's just those little things that the WWE does that makes me also hate this show. So I'm just putting this out there because a lot of you guys know I can be critical when it comes down to the WWE. I did enjoy myself watching Money in the Bank 2015. I actually think it's one of the better pay-per-view shows that the WWE has put out. Just know if I'm going critical into something doesn't mean I hate this show. No. There can be times where I go critical into something, but doesn't mean that I totally hate the show. It's just me offering constructive criticism. That's why I do a thing called a review. You know, that's what you do when you review stuff. You don't just freaking put your opinion out there and then expect it to be widely accepted. No, you go on here and you review the show and you talk about what's right and wrong. And I think sometimes some wrestling fans don't understand that. They don't. They just sit there and they go, oh, well, this guy says this show sucks, so he must be right. Or this guy says this show rules, so he must be right. And pretty much if the person says that they love this show, they pretty much have nothing negative to say about the show. And the person who hates the show mostly says nothing positive about the show. You know, that's just a one-sided review. When it comes down to me, when it comes down to reviewing stuff, I can bash the things that I love. I can. And when it comes down to Money in the Bank 2015, there's a lot of things that I should bash about this show. There should be many reasons why I shouldn't like this show. There should be. But for some reason, I really do like this show. So I'm just putting that out there. I did enjoy Money in the Bank 2015. Now let's talk about the match card, shall we? The opening matchup was something that I did not agree with whatsoever. The Money in the Bank ladder match opening a damn show called Money in the Bank. Huh? That's terrible card structure. What in the blue hell are you doing? You have a tag team title match, and especially what the result of that tag team title match, that could have opened up the show. That is a perfect opener to the goddamn show. So why in the blue hell is that smack dab in the middle between Cena versus Owens and the main event match? Why is that match smack dab in the middle when the Money in the Bank match should have been the match that's smack dab in the middle? Made no sense to me why the WWE opened up the show with the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that's where I was kind of afraid, was that, you know, the flow of the show is very important. I think some wrestling fans, when they do reviews, they don't understand that. Flow of the show is very important. And the Money in the Bank ladder match is that one match, especially if a show is dragging along, and especially in the Money in the Bank shows, when the show's dragging along, there you have the Money in the Bank ladder match smack dab in the middle of the card, and it reinvigorates the fans, and it gets the fans all excited and happy. You know, I felt the tag team title match could have been the opening match of the night. But instead, they went with the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that left me scratching my head. As for the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, okay. Just going to be honest here, not my favorite Money in the Bank ladder match. Kind of more like just a finisher fest. It was just like, okay, Randy, you go out there, hit the RKO out of nowhere. Kane, you know what to do. Chokeslam from Hell Spot. Neville, do some flips and shit. Ziggler, do some hope spots. Kofi, just be a heel. And cock that fist and make it rain on all your opponents. That was pretty much most of the match. It was just pretty much a finisher fest and a spot fest, but it wasn't like super, super fun like most Money in the Banks in the past. It was an okay Money in the Bank ladder match. Not the best. It wasn't bad or terrible. But one thing was bad and terrible about this match. And no, it's not the victor. I said I'm okay with Sheamus becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. I just fear that the WWE is going to make him one of those Money in the Bank guys where he just loses week in and week out instead of actually making him, I don't know, being a monster heel. But there's one thing that pissed me off the most about this match. When Cockfist was climbing the ladder and he was about to freaking win the briefcase, all of a sudden, new face of fear. Why? Why do you do this with Bray Wyatt? Why do you put him in feuds where he is going to fail? Why do you do this with Roman Reigns? WWE, do you want to know why people don't like Roman Reigns right now? It's because you try to make us feel bad for this motherfucker. He is 6'3", 265 pounds, drop dead gorgeous, makes any woman that he looks at panties wet. This guy is a guy that any man would aspire to be. This guy is a former NFL player. This guy is Superstar of the Year, Royal Rumble winner, and you do this where you make this storyline. It's like, oh, we should feel bad for Roman. He was so close yet again, but it got taken away from him, and now that mean old nasty Bray Wyatt's gonna get it at Battleground. It's like, no. Bray Wyatt is the guy that we feel more bad for than freaking Roman Reigns. And this is why we don't like this guy. Well, I like him, but this is why a majority don't like this guy. It's because you do this stupid stuff. We shouldn't be feeling bad for a guy who looks like a Mack truck. We shouldn't. I mean, here's Randy Orton, not really doing anything. Why not have him feud with Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns are both working their way up the card together. Randy Orton's already established star. Bray Wyatt needs to be an established star. Ugh. Why do they do this to Bray Wyatt? And why do they do this to the Coxes? They just, oh, God. Like I said, I'm fine with Sheamus winning Money in the Bank. As long as he doesn't end up like most Money in the Bank winners where he just loses every week, I'm cool with it. I had Sheamus as one of my favorites to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. The Divas Championship match was actually fine between Nikki Bella and Paige. I kind of liked it. Paige, her opening promo beforehand, keep her away from the microphone, WWE. She just feels awkward when she's talking. It's not the accent or anything. It's just she doesn't take pauses. She just kind of rushes what she's saying. Sometimes she blunders a little bit on the microphone. But this match was fine between Nikki Bella and Paige. And I really liked the ending. I thought the ending was hilarious when Brie Bella goes for the twin magic and then goes for the pin. Paige pins Brie Bella, and then afterwards Brie Bella's pulling out the stuffing in her boobs. I love that. I love that finish. And then afterwards you have Nikki hit her 2-hit combo onto Paige, and then she grabs the stuffing and she starts wiping her face with it. Oh, I just love that ending between Paige and Nikki Bella. So yeah, a fine little matchup between these two. Intercontinental title match. I don't know what the WWE is doing with the IC title scene. I really, really don't. Instead of focusing on our new champion, the Ryback, instead of making him feel like a big deal, we're trying to make Big Show feel like a big deal again. We're trying to get sympathy on the Big Show. Hey guys, it's time for another Big Show face turn. I know you guys have been waiting for that. What happened with Big Show being a part of the Authority? Screw that. Big Show has to go take care of the mean old Miz for us. I don't get it. I don't know why the WWE is focusing more on flipping Big Show than flipping Ryback. But hey, it is what it is. And it was a fine big man match between these two guys. I mean, Big Show always works good with guys who are, slower paced, because for his size, Big Show can move really, really fast. And so he can speed those guys a little bit more and get a little bit more out of these bigger guys. So Big Show does a really good job with other big men when it comes to wrestling matches. It's just, I don't understand the WWE's logic of, hey, here's Ryback, who we should focus on as IC champion, but instead, let's focus on Miz and Big Show more than our current champion. That's what makes the championships not feel as important. Just saying. Up next was John Cena and Kevin Owens. I was really excited for this match. Just like at the last pay-per-view, the one match I was looking forward to was John Cena versus Kevin Owens. And for this pay-per-view, it was John Cena versus Kevin Owens. And these two tore the fucking house down. Holy shnikes. What a match between John Cena and Kevin Owens. I mean, I haven't seen it before where, the crowd just gets on their feet and gives these dudes a round of applause during a match. That was really good stuff that Cena and Kevin Owens put out there. And, of course, John Cena loses at one pay-per-view. He has to get the win back. Typical. What's the point of ranting about it? We all know Cena was going to probably get his win back. Would I have liked it to be freaking later? Yeah, absolutely. Because, see, that's the problem with John Cena beating Kevin Owens. Now that Cena beat Kevin Owens, it just feels like another John Cena opponent. That's what Kevin Owens feels like right now. Here's a guy that's feeling all types of awesome and special. And it's just like, instead of making him feel more awesome and special, it's just like he just feels like another dude that John Cena has faced before. That's the problem with the John Cena character. Now, I will give Cena this. I like the emotion Cena was showing in this match. You know, arguing with the referees, getting a little bit frustrated. Something you barely see from John Cena because most of the time he acts very robotic in the ring. Really like that from John Cena, but it was just like, we couldn't just give Kevin Owens, like, you know, a DQ loss here. We couldn't have had it where Kevin Owens just gets himself potentially disqualified and then hit the pop-up powerbomb onto the apron. Instead, we had to have Cena beat him. You know, it's good for Cena to have opponents that he cannot beat. That's what made him versus CM Punk always interesting to watch, was that, you know, John Cena could barely beat CM Punk. And for the most part, CM Punk always had John Cena's number. CM Punk at one point was like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pay-per-views ahead of John Cena in victories. And so it made those matches interesting to watch. Because not only, yes, they were going to be good matches because Punk and Cena had really good chemistry, but it was just because we knew that Punk has Cena's number. And when it comes down to it, you know, Kevin Owens, he's still a special character. He's still someone that I really enjoy watching on television. I don't think his character is completely ruined, but I didn't feel like they took that next level with Kevin Owens, that next special level to show us like, hey, he's our next big star. That's what I felt the WWE didn't do here, was take Kevin Owens to that next big level. Because if he would have beaten Cena twice clean, especially after the phenomenal match these guys just had, holy shnikes, this dude is, I would say, put the belt on him on SummerSlam. Make him your freaking next big star, because, Jesus, you got to put a lot of eggs in that basket. But really, to be honest here, that's my only problem with it. I thought it was a really good match between, not really good, phenomenal match between these two. I don't know why I said really good. I'm just used to saying really good when it comes down to WWE matches, but this was a phenomenal match between these two. I just wish the result would have been different. You know, that's just me. You know, Cena didn't really need to win clean here. I would have loved it if Kevin Owens would have won, and then afterwards you have Kevin Owens troll Cena, act like he wants to shake the hands, and then you have Kevin Owens shake hands with Cena, and you think Kevin Owens is going on the space turn. Hello, nope, and he just kicks Cena, and he does the same shit like he did in the post-match. That would have been beautiful and excellent writing. I would have loved it. That snake Kevin Owens, oh, I hate him. That would have been great. Would have loved it. Or Kevin Owens got disqualified, or Kevin Owens got bored with beating down on Johnson, and he just walked out of the match. That would have been cool. But really, to be honest, Kevin Owens, once again, feels like another John Cena opponent. Is that good? Is that bad? I'll make a video on that in the near future and talking about John Cena opponents and what makes them uninteresting. But let's just hope that the third match between Kevin Owens and John Cena happens a little bit later. WWE, I know, you guys want to rush this. I can already snip it. Battleground. Kevin Owens versus John Cena for the United States title. No, 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 WWE. You save this match. You wait until SummerSlam. You wait until SummerSlam, because that's a stage. Especially if you want me to believe that you're still behind the Kevin Owens bandwagon and that you guys really want to do shit with Kevin Owens, you have him win at SummerSlam. That's when stars are made. WrestleMania and SummerSlam, big four pay-per-views, are when stars are made. Not shows like Battleground or Judgment Day or Backlash, and you get the idea. Those aren't the shows where stars are made. The big shows like SummerSlam and WrestleMania. Now that I'm done talking about that, I got to do the millions of dollars dance as the Primetime Players won the tag team belts. I don't know why this match didn't open the show. I thought it was a solid tag team title match. Definitely could have opened the show. Really good stuff by both teams. And most importantly, millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. I'm so happy Primetime's Players won the belts. Really, really am happy that they won the belts, because Titus O'Neil is one of the most underrated men on the WWE roster. And I figured that, you know, the WWE, especially when he won Celebrity Dad of the Year, and if you look at the people he was facing for Celebrity Dad of the Year, I don't know if y'all voted, but I did. I voted for Titus O'Neil for Celebrity Dad of the Year. But if you saw the competition that he was facing, I was like, Good luck, Titus. You ain't winning this shit. These were like legit A-list celebrities Titus O'Neil was going against. I don't know if you guys can see the field, but I remember Vin Diesel was one of them. And then I think there was another big time celebrity. And I think David Beckham was a person that was voted for Celebrity Dad of the Year. Like, there was some really big competition for Titus O'Neil to beat to win that award. So you would figure after he wins Celebrity Dad of the Year, the WWE would actually do shit with this guy. But no, it just felt like they weren't really capitalizing on it. And finally, they capitalized on Titus O'Neil. He's now a tag team champion with Darren Young. And I hope Titus O'Neil keeps on having a successful career. Now it's time to talk about the main event. And it was weird. When I was watching this main event, when I was watching the video package and, you know, Seth Rollins doing this backstage stuff, everything pointed to me, minus Triple H's little pep talk where he was like, I am the game. I chose you for a reason. Minus Triple H giving Seth Rollins his blessing. It just felt like, you know, I was like saying to myself, are they really going to have Seth Rollins lose the belt? Are they really going to make Seth Rollins turn face at this pay-per-view? Because watching the video package and watching, you know, Seth Rollins walk backstage, it just felt so like, oh, WWE, they're going to go make Seth Rollins face here. That's what I felt the WWE was going to do. So, even though I was already interested in the ladder match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, I was even more interested. And I think that helped me throughout the match. And really, to be honest, this was a great match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. It really was a great main event between these two. I'm a freaking sucker for injury spots where you focus on one injury throughout the match. I'm a sucker when it comes down to that. I love those type of matches where they focus on an injury. I thought it was a lot more different than a lot of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose matches in the past, because most of the time Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose matches, all car crashy. That's really what they're really good at, is being car crashy, stunt doubles, and all that other stuff. Stunt men or stunt dummies, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's how most of their matches feel like. But this one didn't feel like a car crash type match. This one actually just had different areas and elements that made it really, really great. And I just had a ball watching it. Now, the ending, yeah, it was pretty dumb. I'll admit that. I thought that ending was dumb. Because now it's more tease. Oh, will Ambrose ever win the championship? And Seth Rollins once again won in a heelish way. And yes, I know, keep the heel heat on Seth Rollins. But really, to be honest, Seth Rollins did a good job throughout the match establishing heel heat. He did a really great job establishing heel heat throughout the match, where there was a point in me where I'm saying, I hope this fucker doesn't win the belt. I didn't feel like they needed to go with that stupid finish to make it more heelish. I felt that was just a little bit over the top, because I felt Seth Rollins was doing a tremendous job as a heel in this match. This is the stuff that I was hoping to see out of Seth Rollins as a heel champion during his WWE title run. Not this whole J&J and Kane crap, but this type of wrestling match from Seth Rollins is what I expected more from him as a heel, and I felt like he did mission accomplished, because once he buried Ambrose, the inside of me was saying, holy fucking shit, I hope this guy doesn't win this way. This is going to piss me off. That was going to be generic, you know, very generic, very emotional heel heat that he was gaining from me watching it. But instead, they just decided to do an over-the-top finish where I'm rolling my eyes and being like, oh, really? Can we not just have this guy basically win because he's better? I mean, I just wish they would have just had the ending be a little bit different. But Seth Rollins at least won finally without the help of J&J and Kane, even though I just wasn't really a big fan of them both holding the titles and Seth fell down and he managed to catch it first. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of Money in the Bank 2015. Should you guys watch the show? Absolutely. I really liked this show and I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of you guys watching the review being like, but Chase, seems like you didn't. No, I did. There was one phenomenal match on this show, possibly maybe the match of the year for the WWE on here, as well with a great contest between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. You also had the primetime players winning the tag team titles. Divas match was actually better than most of the pay-per-view Divas matches. You know, the Money in the Bank, if that would have been a little bit better, I would have made this show a higher grade, most likely, instead of just like keeping it at like an A- or B+. I would have made it to an A. If that would have been just a little bit better and we didn't get a stupid Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns feud in the future, I would have definitely bumped up the show. But overall, I did really enjoy Money in the Bank. There's just so many things where the WWE did something to it, did stuff during the show where it's just like, this is what I have to deal with, because now Kevin Owens feels like any other typical John Cena opponent. Yes, a phenomenal match between the two. Yes, Kevin Owens is still hot, but let's see where he goes in the future, because if they rush us to Battleground and we get another LOL Cena wins, it feels like the same old shit. You know, Bray Wyatt attacking Roman Reigns. Who the fuck cares about this feud? Because let's face it, you guys know I'm a big Roman Reigns fan, but I am not even giving a fuck that he's beating with Bray Wyatt. And then once again, a more over-the-top heel finish for Seth Rollins instead of a simple, basic heel finish that would have just worked just as well. So there you have it. There's my Money in the Bank review. I did enjoy this show. Just there's a lot of things where the WWE just likes to do their WWE things, but overall, I still enjoyed it. I had fun watching for the 2 hours and 58 minutes that this show went on. What did you guys think about Money in the Bank 2015? Comment down below your thoughts. Did you guys like this show like me, or did you not like it? Leave your thoughts down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. If this is your first time watching me, hit that subscribe button down below. I'll see you all next time. Enjoy your day. Peace.